I still believe. I know the truth.
The older Jackson boys seemed to sense Michael was afraid of girls.
One holding me and, one brother holding him, holding Michael, and just trying to make us kiss. Here, kiss her, kiss. And that's how he started witnessing to me. He discussed the Jehovah Witness religion with me for about an hour. And he showed me, he had his Jehovah Witness books and stuff. The amazing thing to me was, when I got home the next day, Jehovah Witnesses rang my bell.
I don't celebrate Christmas. I feel guilty, too, at the same time. I remember going in the bathroom crying later because I felt I had done something wrong because I was raised not to ever celebrate it.
And Jesus said to love the children and be like children, be youthful and be innocent and be pure and honorable. He was talking to his apostles, and they were fighting over who's the greatest among themselves, and he said, whoever humbled yourself like this child is the greatest among me. And he always surrounded himself with children. And that's how I was raised, to believe and to be like that and to imitate that.
On Sundays, I would go pioneering, the term used for the missionary work that Jehovah Witnesses do. And it was then that I was able to see the magic of other people's childhood. Since I was already a celebrity, I would have to put on a disguise, a fat suit, a wig, a beard, and glasses. And we would spend the day in the suburbs of Southern California, going door to door or making the rounds of shopping malls, distributing our Watchtower magazines.
Now, who does Michael Jackson pray to? Does he pray to Jesus, Jehovah? I knew he was a Jehovah's Witness before.
He's a traditional Christian. He's a Jehovah's Witness.
What about, would you like to be buried in something like this?
No, I don't ever want to be buried.
Really?
No.
What would you like to happen to you?
I would like to live forever. I would never stop helping and loving people the way Jesus said to. He said, continue to love, always love, bring on the children, imitate the children, not childish, but childlike.
How does your spirit handle that?
I gain strength from God. I believe in Jehovah God very much, and I gain strength from the fact that I know I'm innocent. None of these stories are true. They're totally fabricated, and it's very sad, and it's very, very painful. And I pray a lot, and that's how I deal with it. And I'm a strong person. I'm a warrior, and I know what's inside of me. I'm a fighter.
I just want to bring this is for your sake.
She was always there with the Bible, teaching us. We go to, service all the time, like 4 times a week. I'm so glad we did that because those values are very important. I don't know if I could have done as well without them. I just remember from my mother, who's very religious, always telling us to always thank God, thank Jehovah God for your talent, your ability. You know, it's not our doing, it's from above. Always thank God, thank Jehovah God, Jehovah God, Jehovah God. It's not our doing, it's from above.
Where were you?
I had gone out to field service that morning, and Joe had called me.
Field service is?
I'm a Jehovah's Witness.
I know. Field service means you go door to door?
Yes, but that was earlier, so I...
You still do that?
Yes.
Oh, my goodness.
Always thank God, thank Jehovah God, Jehovah God, Jehovah God. It's not our doing, it's from above.
The mask's a thing of the past, and now wearing glasses, Michael's 11-year-old daughter, Paris, made her first public appearance since her clutching a songbook, Sing Praises to Jehovah. She arrived with her two brothers and Nanny Grace to Kingdom Hall in Los Angeles. It's a Jehovah Witness Center. Their guardian and grandmother, Catherine Jackson, is a devout follower of the religion.
Ele acordava, pegava o interfone, chamava a senhora.
Remy, por favor, traz as duas comidas. A comida normal e a comida espiritual. Porque nós líamos um texto bíblico todo dia.
A comida normal e a espiritual, né?
Aquela comida espiritual, a Bíblia.
A espiritual era um texto para aquele dia. Para instruir as pessoas, para dar um princípio, como é que ele pode ter um dia feliz.
Dia feliz. Um texto que vem da doutrina Testemunha de Jeová.
Exato.
Ele era testemunha de Jeová praticante. Nessa religião não bebem nem usam drogas. Quando conheci o Michael, ele era bem inocente.
Quando fomos para a Europa para fazer a turnê de Beth, em todas as cidades visitávamos um hospital infantil e ele comprava algum equipamento. Não era um hospital a cada turnê. Era em cada cidade.
Foi ideia do Michael?
Foi. Soubemos do menino que estava morrendo e queria conhecer o Michael. Ele foi ao hospital, conversou com ele. A criança ficou mais animada, foi incrível. E eu fui até um canto e comecei a chorar. Eu não aguentei. O Michael chegou, colocou o braço no meu ombro e disse: Frank, você precisa entender que esse é o nosso trabalho, não é no palco. Nosso trabalho é fazer as pessoas se sentirem bem. E ele acreditava nisso, acreditava de verdade.
Staros, by definition, a wooden stake driven in the ground used to cause torture or death. Staros, perhaps someone lied about the way that someone died.
Larry and I have been, he's been so kind as to help me with a lot of things that I didn't quite have a firm grip on. There's a lot of temptation out in the world, and it can confuse you and get you wrapped up in something that keeps you from the truth. But with a loving brother like that by your side, usually you do all right.
For example, when the artist says, I celebrate the day I died, that's an idea you can follow completely.
You had how many birthdays?
Me? What do you think?
Well, I know that you had one birthday.
Yeah.
You were born
yeah.
on a certain day.
Absolutely.
You had no more birthdays after that. So I don't celebrate birthdays, so that stops me from counting days, which stops me from counting time, which allows me to still look the same as I did 10 years ago, just like that lady said.
Are you the same man?
I don't think so. I'm constantly involved in trying to work on my whole being to better myself and the world around me.
You're also a Jehovah's Witness now.
Yes.
How has that changed your life?
Oh, immensely. I started studying the Bible once I changed my name back, and started studying with my good friend Larry Graham. I used to play with Sly and the Family Stone, and he helped me to just look at the Bible in a very practical way, to cut through all the dogma and the thing that has kind of separated religion in the first place. I just wanted a clean, simple approach to it.
And it helps you with your music as well.
Well, definitely. I mean, it's going to help you with every aspect of your life. Once you can clean out the cobwebs, so to speak, then you're going to see everything a little bit more clearly.
Awards are wonderful, but all praise and glory is due to the true God, Jehovah.
Indentured servants, and we got a black president now?
Well, I don't vote. I have nothing to do with it. I got no dog in that race.
And for those who would cuss me out and slap me in person if I didn't ask you why?
Well, the reason why is because I'm one of Jehovah's Witnesses, and we've never voted. And that's not to say that I don't think Barack Obama, President Obama, is a very smart individual, and he seems like he means well. Prophecy is what we all have to go by now.
I was pretty wild in my younger days, and you don't have to do what I did. You don't have to make any of the mistakes I made. The future's in your hands now, and the world is really yours.
He also, following my career, knew that I became one of Jehovah's Witnesses back in 1975. So he had, he's always been interested in the Bible and what the Bible has to say and teach. And so he would ask me, you know, questions every day, every week. Sometimes we bring up the sun, talking about the Bible. And you could hear the effect in the change of his choice of lyrics. You could hear a difference that became obvious to everyone. Oh, that's different. And a change in, you know, a lot of things that he would choose to maybe do in a show before, where those things were just, you know, were different. And a lot of people noticed that he was a lot happier.
We used to be Jehovah's Witnesses, and we went to the same Kingdom Hall, you and I. And we actually, I was at the same Bible study with you, because they, you know, you go to, the Jehovah's Witnesses go to the Kingdom Hall, which is their church, and then they also have like home Bible studies. And you and your mom, Catherine, came, and then I was there sometimes when Michael would come, he'd be in the library, and we never went out in field service knocking on the doors. It still is.
My mother still is.
And Reba is still a Jehovah.
You're a Jehovah.
La salsa, la soca, también el raka. Un pasito para adelante y un pasito para atrás. Todo el mundo va al piso con el general. Ese fue un tiro y todos los locos se salen en retiro.
Finally, I said, I don't care what they offer me.
I have to return to Jehovah. I have to fulfill the vow I made to him when I was a young man, when I dedicated my life to him. So I prayed to Jehovah very earnestly and said, Jehovah, I need to return to you. I need to return to your loving arms. Satan has ripped me away from you. Please help me. I remember that before I went into that first meeting, I told Jehovah, please give me a sign that you will take me back. And there was an elderly sister there. She gave me a great big hug and said, welcome back, son. And she took my hand and sat by me during the entire meeting. But Jehovah has given me a different kind of trophy in his organization, helping others to dedicate their lives to him. That's something no one can take away from you. We don't all have to learn the hard way. We have to keep enduring and never turn our backs on Jehovah. That's the worst mistake anyone could make. We know that it's Jehovah who gives us our talents, so we should use them all in his service. I have found happiness, and that gives me a glow that's not just for the cameras. Everyone who knows me can see it.
I love Michael. I mean, I really do miss him. And someone said to me yesterday, do you know it's the 25 years since you shot the video? I was like, I couldn't believe it. Wow. But what a genius. Never going to be another person like him. And a smart man, because he knew everything. He was very smart.
Gosh, where do I start? I have to thank Jehovah God for this. I was down and out, and he helped me today, and I just said prayers, and just not to win, but to be strong and to be healthy. And, you know, in the end, I was able to come through, so I have to give glory to him first and foremost. For me, none of this would not be possible without Jehovah God giving me the strength to do what I do every day, and for waking me up every day.
You want to say something to them as well?
Yeah, I'd like to thank Jehovah first for helping me be here. My mom.
Thank you to Jehovah for today.
Oh my God, I can't even describe. I thank Jehovah for letting me get this far.
The economic policies the president has put forth, have they been good for your business ventures as an entrepreneur?
I'm a professional athlete, so I'm really, I know a lot about sports. I'm not, an expert in economic policy, so I would be, remiss to comment on anything like that.
Will you be getting involved in the political process at all, campaigning for the president in this next election?
Right now, my main focus is the Olympics coming up, and then the U.S.
You've been re-engaged. Execute the basic maneuver. Keep going!
I think bogey has been handled, sir.
It's actually a mandate from the Bible itself to go door to door. This good news of the kingdom must be preached. The apostles and Jesus himself, they went door to door. That's what Christians are supposed to do if you're a Christian.
So it's not optional. This is not just a question of something nice to do. This is something that one must do.
No, this is something that you have to.
Now, it's my understanding that you were raised as a Jehovah's Witness. Is that right?
No. I was raised as a Muslim. I came across, and like most people, I was told that, when we heard the witnesses saw them walking up the street, you would immediately shut the curtains and act like nobody was home. And I always wondered about that. My father got mad one time when I was a kid and started talking. But when I was 17, came across a young man in school named Sean Mitchell. One day we were all sitting around at lunch, and we're talking about when the first person had sex and all that. I'm like 17. And everyone turned, my friend Ken turned to him and said, "When was the first time you had sex, Sean?" And Sean looked around the table at everybody, put his books back into his briefcase, closed the briefcase, and left the table. Now, I thought it was some type of stunt. I was like, wow, that's cool. But he didn't come back. And I had a class with him the next period, and I asked him, I said, why'd you do that? And he opened up his Bible and showed me a scripture in Ephesians 5:3. He said, let not unclean things be mentioned among you, even as it befits holy people.
Wow.
That in itself left an incredible mark upon me, because I was actually seeing somebody that was actually living, by the discipline. I started a Bible study with him. He started a Bible study with me, and I thought I knew so much. But he explained to me by references, not by beliefs, not by tradition, but by references, what the Bible really required. If I had a chance to, I would be a witness today. But, do I have the discipline yet? No. But one day I will. So I don't mind them saying that. I wish I could say I'm a witness, but I'm not.
You, as an African-American man for whom the political system has been fundamental to creating rights and dignity for persons of color, how does that sit with you?
Well, you've got to remember what the Bible teaches is that any given government is in opposition to the true God and his government. If you have a king and you're part of an established kingdom, how can you assign yourself to another kingdom, so to speak? A man-made kingdom, which the Bible clearly states will be wiped away and be crushed by God's kingdom. These are basic truths spoken about in the Bible.
Do you think we will ever get to that paradise on earth?
Well, the Bible says that what Jehovah has set forth, it will be accomplished. The witnesses have shown that is quite possible, because in my 17 years associating with them, you see people's nature who may be wolf-like initially, but they become lamb-like. You see people who may be beast-like, give up some of those bestial ways and learn how to care about one another and learn how to make the compromises. And it's only by doing what's right that you get there. But that's what the Bible teaches, and that's what the witnesses hold on to, and that's what I believe firmly will take place one day.
I'm still not clear on what your relationship is with the witnesses. It sounds to me that you're very close to people. There are people in your life that you're very close to. It sounds to me that you've studied the religion closely. Oh, your children are.
My ex-wife is a witness. All my brothers are witnesses. I had a study when I was 17, and as a result I studied with my brothers, and they started studying with other people, and my entire family are witnesses. I'm the only one that's not. And just because I'm like most people in the world. I'm a little selfish in what I want. I like doing my thing my way, and that's something that I'm going to have to learn, that sometimes you've got to do what you want to do is not necessarily what you need to do. What you need to do is what's right for everyone, because in my heart I wanted to be a witness. And if it wasn't for the smoking of cigarettes and all that other, that I would be a witness. Yeah, but I just got a little more. I just need to study a little bit more. But one of the things that struck me was the discipline of truth. You know, people, well, I do this for this reason, I do this for that reason, but witnesses, they do things for one reason and one reason only. If it's right in God's eyes, then it's okay. And that's something I always appreciated, that, yes, being a fundamentalist, if the scriptures say this, then stick by it, live by it, because you do receive the blessings. And after 17 years, I've seen the people that have stood firm and stood fast, I've seen them rewarded. It's like, oh, wow, the course does work out. The scriptures are true in that. But it's not for you yet. Oh, no, I didn't say it's not for me yet. It's just, you know, sometimes you gotta, it takes a while to be able to qualify. You gotta qualify to run in the race, you know, so, you know, I'm exercising.